Hello grade 5 students and welcome to this new lesson. Today we have revision 3. My friends, let's start with the objectives. Today we are going to recall the structures learned in module 3, 4 and 5. Use the structures learned in module 3, 4 and 5 correctly. My friends, open your student's book from page 70 to page 74 and your workbook from page 57 to page 58. Dear students, in module 3 we studied how to compare between people, animals, or things. So let's revise the comparative form of adjectives. We use the comparative adjectives to compare two people, animals, or things. So how do we form the comparative form with short and long adjectives? Let's start with short adjectives. If the adjective is short, we add er to the adjective and we put than after. For example, the word tall will be taller than. Now, long adjectives. If the adjective is long, we add the word more before the adjective and then after. For example, the word important will be more important than. The last thing is irregular adjectives. Dear students, here we don't follow the same rule as short and long adjectives. So, good will be better, bad will be worse, far will be farther or further. Much and many will be more. Now let's practice. Here you are going to read and circle the correct answer. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. The cat is faster than the mouse. Here the answer is faster because we compare between the cat and the mouse. And we have the word than. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. Canada is bigger than China. Number 3. The sun is hotter than the moon. Number 4. My mobile is more expensive than yours. Number 5. I am better than my sister at swimming. Well done. My friends, here we are going to revise the superlative form of adjectives. My friends, we use the superlative form of adjectives to compare one person, animal, or thing with several of the same kind. So how do we form the superlative form with short and long adjectives? Let's start with short adjectives. If the adjective is short, we add est to the adjective and the article the before. For example, the word big will be the biggest. Now, long adjectives. If the adjective is long, we add the word the most before the adjective. For example, the word interesting will be the most interesting. The last thing is irregular adjectives. Here the word good will be the best. The word bad will be the worst. The word far will be the farthest or furthest. Much and many will be the most. Now let's practice. Here you are going to read 4 sentences and circle the correct answer. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. July is the hottest month of the year. Here the answer is the hottest because we compare July to the other months of the year. And we add est because hot is short adjective. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. Peter is the best runner at school. Number 3. Asia is the biggest continent in the world. Number 4. This is the most comfortable chair in our house. Well done. Dear students, here you are going to do as shown between brackets. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. Iceland is colder than Spain. Here you are going to correct the underlined adjective. So here we have to add er to the adjective cold because we compare between Iceland and Spain, and because we have than. So the answer will be Iceland is colder than Spain. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. Cars are safer than motorbikes. The answer will be cars are safer than motorbikes. Number 3. Chinese is more difficult language in the world. The answer will be Chinese is the most difficult language in the world. Well done. Dear students, now we are going to revise the adverbs of manner. What do the adverbs of manner tell us? Great! Adverbs of manner tell us how something is done. So how do we form the adverbs of manner? Let's see how we form the adverbs of manner. Adverbs are formed by adding ly to the adjective. For example, the word kind will be kindly. There are some irregular adverbs. For example, the word good will be well. Some adjectives don't change. For example, the word fast will be fast, and the word hard will be hard. Let's have some examples. How does he walk? Great, he walks slowly. How does he drive? Excellent, he drives very fast. Now let's practice. Open your workbook, page 57, exercise number 4. Read and complete. Write the adverbs. Here you are going to read 5 sentences and complete them with the adverbs of manner. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. Daisy cooks badly. I didn't like her biscuits. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. Why are you walking so slowly? I forgot to tell you. I hurt my foot last night. Number 3. My little sister was playing happily in the garden and I was watering the plants. Number 4. My brother works hard every day. Number 5. You must cut the vegetables very carefully. Well done. Dear students, here we are going to revise the past progressive tense. So when do we use the past progressive tense? Great! We use it when we talk about an action that was happening at a specific time in the past. So how do we form the past progressive? We have to use the verb to be in the past. After the verb to be, we have to use the main verb plus ing. The last thing is the keywords. And here we have yesterday afternoon, yesterday morning, last night at 6 o'clock. Let's have some examples. I was playing basketball yesterday at 6 o'clock. We were doing our homework yesterday afternoon. Now let's practice. Here you are going to read 4 sentences and circle the correct answer. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. We were eating lunch in the cafeteria yesterday afternoon. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. I was driving to work yesterday at 20 past 8. Number 3. My sister wasn't watching TV at 8:30 last night. Number 4. They weren't using the internet at 3 o'clock yesterday. Well done. Now you are going to do as shown between brackets. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. Sammy was doing his homework yesterday evening. Here you have to correct the underlined verb. So the answer will be Sammy was doing his homework yesterday evening. Here after the verb to be was, we have to add ing to the main verb. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answer. Number 2. We was listening to music yesterday morning. The answer will be we were listening to music yesterday morning. Here we have to use the verb to be were with the pronoun we, and we have to add ing to the main verb. Well done. My friends, here we are going to talk about accidents, injuries, and giving reasons. So what do we use to ask about somebody's health? We use what's the matter to ask somebody about their health when we can see that something is wrong, or after they have had an accident. For example, what's the matter? I broke my arm. What do we use to ask for the reason? We ask questions with why. We answer these types of questions with because. For example, why did you break your arm? Because I fell off my bike. My friends, now we are going to revise the verb had to. So when do we use the verb had to? We use had to and didn't have to express obligation or lack of obligation in the past, respectively. So how do we use the verb had to? Let's start with the affirmative sentence. We use these pronouns with had to and the main verb. For example, I had to go to school every day when I was young. Now with the negative form, we use these pronouns plus didn't have to plus the main verb. For example, I didn't have to be there early. Here with the questions, we start with did, then these pronouns, then have to, then the main verb. For example, did you have to go to school every day when you were young? The answer will be yes, with these pronouns plus did. Or no, with these pronouns plus didn't. For example, did you have to go to school every day when you were young? Yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. Now let's practice. Here you are going to rewrite the following sentences by using had to. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. I was sick yesterday. The answer will be, I had to go to the hospital. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. There was much traffic in the morning. So the answer will be, my dad had to wait a long time for the bus. Number 3. My sisters missed the school bus yesterday. The answer will be, they had to wake up early. Well done! Dear students, here we are going to revise quantifiers. Let's start with some and any. So when do we use some and when do we use any? We use some in the affirmative sentence with plural countable nouns. For example, I have some cookies. Here the word cookies is plural countable noun. And we use some with uncountable nouns. For example, I need some water. Here the word water is uncountable noun. Here we use the word any with the negative sentence, and we use it with plural countable nouns. For example, I don't have any cookies. And we use it with uncountable nouns. For example, I don't need any water. Also, we use any in the question form, and we use it with plural countable nouns. For example, do you have any cookies? Also, we use it with uncountable nouns. For example, do you need any water? Now let's practice. Here you are going to read 5 sentences and choose the correct answer. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. Our teacher didn't give us any homework yesterday. Here we use any with the negative sentence. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. I'd like some ice cream. Number 3. Are there any students in the classroom? Number 4. I bought some nice flowers. Number 5. He doesn't have any pens. Well done! My friends, let's revise how many and how much. We use how many in the question form with plural countable nouns. For example, how many students are there in your school? And we use how much in the question form with uncountable nouns. For example, how much water is there in the glass? Now let's practice. Here you are going to complete 5 questions with how much or how many. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. How much chocolate do you eat every day? Here the answer is how much because chocolate is uncountable noun. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. How many computers are there at your school? Number 3. How much milk do you drink every day? Number 4. How much money do your parents give you every week? Number 5. How many oranges are there on the table? Good job! My friends, here we are going to revise a lot of, lots of, a few, and a little. When do we use a lot of and lots of? We use a lot of and lots of with countable and uncountable nouns to talk about large quantities. When do we use a few and a little? We use a few with countable nouns and a little with uncountable nouns to talk about a small quantity. Now let's practice. Here you are going to read 4 sentences and circle the correct answer. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. There are a lot of eggs in the fridge. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. I spent lots of money on my project. Number 3. There are a few people at the party. Number 4. He drinks a little coffee. Well done. Dear students, now open your workbook page 58, exercise number 6. Here you are going to read 5 sentences and circle the correct answer. Let me help you to do the first one. Number 1. There aren't many tomatoes in the salad. Now it's your turn. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 2. I don't put any sugar in my tea. Number 3. I put a little mustard in the sandwich. Number 4. How much water do you drink every day? Number 5. There are lots of snacks for everyone. Well done. My friends, here we are going to talk about shall. So when do we use shall? We use shall to make offers. So how do we use shall to make offers? We start with shall, then the pronoun I or we, then base verb. And we reply with sure or yes please. Let's have an example. Shall I get the milk, Mom? Sure or yes please. Thank you. My friends, here we are going to revise can and would you like. So when do we use can? We use can to make polite requests and to ask for a favor. When do we use would you like? We use would you like to ask someone what he or she wants. And we use I'd like to reply. Now let's practice. Here you are going to read 2 sentences and circle the correct answer. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. Number 1. Can I have a glass of water? Number 2. Shall I get the cheese, Mom? Now do as shown between brackets. Here you are going to rewrite the following sentences depending on the instructions between the brackets. You can stop the video and do the task. Go on. Let's see the answers. A. Would you like some cake? B. Yes, I'd like some cake. Here you are going to correct the underlined verb. So the answer will be yes, I'd like some cake. Number 2. Shall I get the milk? Here you have to correct the verb between brackets. So the answer will be shall I get the milk? Here with shall we have to use the main verb. So the verb got will be get. Well done. Dear students, let me remind you of what we have learned today. We recalled the structures learned in Module 3, 4, and 5. And we used the structures learned in Module 3, 4, and 5 correctly. Dear students, today we revised all the structures learned in Module 3, 4, and 5. So get ready for the final exam. I wish you all the best in your final exam.